Thank you very much. Thank you. Wow, what a response. What a response, and what a beautiful day here in the great state of Colorado. You proud to be here this morning? I can't think of a place I would rather be. You got a lot of good friends when you wake up on a big morning like this is for our family, and you wake up, and I had an email inbox full of emails, text messages galore from some of you who are out in the audience. Before 7 o'clock this morning, I had 4 friends who brought me a cup of coffee or a mocha. My goodness, am I lucky to have such good friends. So if I seem a little wired, it's not just because of the big announcement. Thank you again all for being here. It's obviously an incredible honor to stand here this morning with Jamie and Emmy and Chase and my parents and family and so many of you, friends and supporters through the years. Representative McNulty and Stacy Mascarenas, both thank you for your generous words and your strong support. Both of these faces represent a new generation of leadership who are going to help get the Republican Party, our state, and this country back moving in the right direction again. And how about Jamie Penry? Great job, babe. You killed it. I couldn't be more proud of her. She's right. I didn't make her give that speech, but what do you think? I might ask her to do it again. She did a great job. Jamie's a remarkable person, as many of you know. She's the strongest person I've ever met. And I'm lucky to have her as a wife. And Colorado will be lucky to have Jamie Penry as the next First Lady. How's that sound? And we're, of course, blessed and fortunate to have 2 wonderful kids, Chase and Emmy over here. This campaign is important. We're going to talk about that in a second. But those 2 kids of ours are more important. And that's why on the long journey ahead, you're going to see the 4 of us together as a team out across this state on the long journey ahead. Well, I guess all the signs and the T-shirts and Jamie's speech sort of gave away the purpose of the meeting today, but I'm going to say it anyway and confirm your suspicions. I'm here to announce that I'm running to be the governor of the state of Colorado, and if you support me, we'll get this state moving in the right direction again. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. It's a good place to start. And what a beautiful day for announcement. We're used to beautiful days like this, but today is just a little bit different. That's because today is a new day for those of us who know Colorado can do better. A new day for those of us who see the direction of this country and our state, and we're concerned, and we're ready to push back, to fight back, and chart a new beginning. A new day for you and me and so many other folks across this state who are ready to move beyond the failed choices and failed leadership of both political parties. Failed choices and failed leadership that have landed our economy and our politics in the ditch. Yes, today is a new day for those of us who believe that no matter how tough the times, no matter how bad the news, no matter how difficult the choices, our best days are in fact still in front of us. And I believe that. I believe that. Times are tough today, but our best days are ahead. Colorado can do better, but it won't happen automatically or easy or without tough choices, real sacrifice, and some leadership. The next governor of the state of Colorado will have large challenges waiting on that big desk. And yet, despite all the challenges, Colorado can find its way back to progress and prosperity if we come together, if we pull together. We can change the course of events, and we can get the great state of Colorado moving in the right direction again. And that's the reason we're all here this morning, to get Colorado moving again, to get the economy back on its feet and get moms and dads working again, to push an all-of-the-above energy policy that creates more energy for America and more jobs here in the state of Colorado. to raise the standards in our schools, expand educational opportunity and choice and achievement, and make sure college remains affordable and within reach for those who would strive for it. Yes, to take a fresh look at the state's budget and put an end to the business as usual tax and spend mindset and prove that government can invest in schools and infrastructure and public safety and other critical priorities without asking for a new tax and a big new fee with the dawning of each and every day. These are goals we share. This is an agenda that Colorado can get behind. It's an agenda that can move Colorado forward, and it's the reason I'm running to be the next governor of this great state. You know, the 2010 election is shaping up to be one of the most important in the history of this state. There is a lot at stake for you and for me and for the future of this state. The stakes are real, as I said, and it's a lot more than just a simple contest between Republicans and Democrats. Because, let's be honest, both political parties in recent years have let Colorado and have let America down. And as Republicans, we got to fess up to our share of it all. Over the last decade, our party leaders in Washington managed to surrender the mantle of good government, and worse, we surrendered the mantle of fiscal discipline. Our leaders doubled the national debt, expanded the reach of entitlement programs they once promised to reform, and we were complicit in government bailouts and buy-ups that felt an awful lot like taxpayer sellouts to most red-blooded Americans. And somewhere along the way, the party that once stood as a bold champion for reform and restraint quickly became the embodiment of business as usual. Fellow Republicans, those of you in the crowd who are Republicans, our party is in the wilderness for a good reason. Our party earned it. And we will never re-earn the right to govern in this state and in this country until we acknowledge our past mistakes and boldly make a clean break from them. Now, I don't have to tell you that doesn't begin to excuse what's happening back in Washington, D.C. under our president and folks like Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid. It's funny how that always draws some sentiment, just the mention of their names. But in all truth, right now, our leaders are gambling America's future on the bet that big government will bring us back. Friends, if big government were the key to a strong economy, we'd never be in this mess in the first place. And unfortunately, they're not alone in betting on big government. Washington, D.C. does not have a monopoly on wrong choices, on poor leadership, on moving us in the wrong direction. It's happening in Denver, too, and it starts with our governor. Friends, Bill Ritter is a likable man who does care about Colorado. But as governor, Bill Ritter has been weak and ineffective. He's let us down. And in those instances where he has led, he has moved the state of Colorado in the wrong direction. Increasing taxes and expensive new fees that will cost families and businesses dearly, all in the middle of a painful recession. That's the wrong direction for Colorado. Pushing uncompromising drilling restrictions that kill jobs and reduce energy production at a time that America and Colorado need more of both, that's the wrong direction for Colorado. Repealing spending restraints and veering Colorado onto the same reckless fiscal path that has sunk California into political chaos. Friends, that is the wrong direction for Colorado. Sitting quietly in the governor's mansion while Democrats in the House and the Senate push truly radical proposals to do away with the death penalty, to do away with the Electoral College, to make Colorado's medical system susceptible to frivolous lawsuits, I don't have to tell you that is the wrong direction for Colorado. You know, Ronald Reagan applied a measuring stick to another weak executive about 30 some odd years ago. He asked a question then, and we ask it here this morning. Are we better off than we were 3 years ago? Are we better off for the administration of Bill Ritter? That's right, we're not.